So, this is the moment that you guys have been waiting for. Oh well, you might not have been waiting for it. I have been. I know I have been. So, this has been an ongoing struggle trying to get this. And, it's been trying to get it, and it hasn't worked out for a while. And finally, my coach, he just decided, I'm done. I don't know what he's like. I'm done screwing with it. I'm going to go pick it up, and I'll bring it here. I'll get the money from you guys. I'll take it back to him, and that'll be the end of it. So, you guys might be wondering, dude, just tell us what you're talking about already. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Now, this is a 2015 KTM 85 SX with SXX SXS parts on it. Super nice bike. Love this thing. I rode it earlier, and it's a ripper. She frickin' goes whether you're ready for it or not. And it's just crazy. It's super rowdy. It's the fastest thing that I've probably ever ridden on with two wheels. So it's got SXX parts on it. It's got WP suspension, whole shot device, which is all whole shot devices. That is a device for when you're at the start of the gate, you know, and you're on your bike and you're all ready on your bike. And what they do is they pull a clutch in and put it first or second gear, one of the two, and they rev it up super high where the bike's like, Yee! And there's this gate that's in front of you. So it's probably about this high, and the gate drops, and you go as hard as the bike will go. And what bikes tend to do is wheelie out and flip you off the end. So this bike will do that and more. This bike will throw you off the end and keep going. So what the whole shot device does is this little spot right here. I don't know if you can see that because of the sun, but that little divot hits when you press this in. It hits that in there. I don't know. Move my fingers out of the way. It hits that right there, and that keeps the suspension down. It compresses the suspension, and helps it. It helps it not wheelie out. Now, this bike, it's an 85cc two-stroke. It's got a 40-to-1 ratio in it. Seems to run good. I just got it today. I've only owned this bike for probably 3 hours. 3 or 4 hours. And it's enough for me. It's plenty. Like, my foot's flat on the ground. On the other side, my foot ain't even touching. So, it's about the size of my Yamaha, my TTR 125. It's this bike overall, super nice, clean, well taken care of bike. And wow, look at the suspension on this thing. Look at how much that compresses with my weight on it. I'm only like 95 pounds, so it's soft and nice, and whenever you accelerate, it just whee! And it keeps the rear end down, the suspension, it stays down. It's like this when you're at an idle, and it almost does this. So it's got super nice suspension on it. And it's nice bike. Where's my phone? There it is. So I love this bike. And you guys might be wondering, what's the reason behind him getting a two-stroke race bike? Well, I'm gonna start racing motocross. I'm just gonna start racing. I've decided that that's what I want to do more than anything else, really. And I went to the track with my TTR in that video that you guys have seen on my channel, and I just had so much fun. It was like, once I got done with the first moto, right then and there I decided this is what I want to do. So right after that, I went and we started looking for race bikes. Actually, the same day when I went on that track, we found the guy that's helping me out through this. And so, yeah, I'm excited. But the guy that's helping me is Matt Joslin. And he's a good guy. I like him. He's already done a lot for me. And so, funny story on this bike. So the kid that had it before me, he bought it. I don't know. They have it. They got it. And Matt Joslin, he was there when we went to look at it. And the kid was my age. I think he might have been 13, around there, something like that. And he hasn't even put an hour on the bike in the 2 years that he owned it. And Matt thinks, when we were pulling it out of the garage, not here, but the place before when I was looking at it, he said that he thinks he got a little scared of it because it was so fast. And I can see how someone can get scared of that. I mean, she's a ripper, and it rips. Like, this thing, it's like, this is what you're like on it. So you're sitting here riding your bike, give her a little throttle, just barely a little bit, and it'll sputter just a little bit because it's how two strokes are, all two strokes. And so you'll be sitting there and it'll sputter, and it's almost like I brace for impact because I know what this thing's like. Like, I brace for it when it comes, because the first time that happened, it sputtered and it went, and I was like, ah! So this thing, it's just crazy. It's only got, I don't know if you can see on the hour meter, 99.5 hours on it, and it's got SX85 or SXS parts on it, and it's just, she's a ripper. It's hard to kick it over when it's cold, because two strokes are kind of harder for that, like they're known for that, but once it gets warmed up, it stays running pretty good. So those of you who don't know what a two-stroke is, two-stroke is kind of like a big weed whacker. That's what this is, a big weed whacker engine. It's way powerful. And so it runs on gas and oil. And what me and Dad have it at is a 40-to-1 mixture. And so it's just a big weed whacker. I mean, that's the best, or a leaf blower, or a chainsaw. It's a crazy, powerful, big weed whacker. And it's just like, you either go or with it, or you're on the ground. Like, you get going, and if it gets into the power band, and it's like, it's awesome. Just about tipped her over there. Probably shouldn't have done that. But, so yeah, that's my new bike. And, you'll see this thing on future episodes on my channel, so that's it. Going to get some sponsors on the side of there. Already got a couple lined up for next year, 2021. And, yeah, so there she is. I was gonna call it Clementine, but I got a better name for it. I got Orange Lightning. That's what I think I'm gonna call it. But yeah, that's the bike. That's pretty much what it is, and see you guys in the next one.